The baby monitor wasn't broken. It was brand new, fresh out of the box, crystal clear audio. So when the whisper came through at 2:17 a.m., there was no static to blame, only a voice, and it wasn't the baby. Emily had babysat dozens of times before. Quiet houses, sleeping kids, easy money. This house was the same, large, modern, quiet suburban street. The parents were polite. The baby, Noah, was 8 months old. They showed her the baby monitor before leaving. "It sometimes glitches," the mother said casually. "If you hear anything strange, it's probably interference." Emily nodded. Every parent said something like that. The house settled into silence by 10 p.m. Noah fell asleep easily. No crying, no fussing. Emily sat on the couch, scrolling her phone, the monitor resting beside her. Soft white noise filled the speaker. Then at 2:17 a.m., the white noise stopped, not faded, stopped, and in its place, a whisper. "Emily." She froze, her name. Clear, breath close to the microphone. She looked at the screen. Noah was asleep, motionless. The whisper came again. "Emily, look behind you." She didn't. Instead, she slowly turned the volume down. Silence. Her heart hammered. "This is interference," she told herself. Neighbors, cross signals. She turned the volume back up. For a full minute, nothing. Then, a soft laugh. Not childish, not adult, just wrong. The camera in Noah's room shifted slightly. Emily leaned forward. She hadn't touched it. The angle was... The baby monitor wasn't broken. It was brand new, fresh out of the box, crystal clear audio. So when the whisper came through at 2:17 a.m., there was no static to blame, only a voice, and it wasn't the baby. Emily had babysat dozens of times before. Quiet houses, sleeping kids, easy money. This house was the same, large, modern, quiet suburban street. The parents were polite. The baby, Noah, was 8 months old. They showed her the baby monitor before leaving. "It sometimes glitches," the mother said casually. "If you hear anything strange, it's probably interference." Emily nodded. Every parent said something like that. The house settled into silence by 10 p.m. Noah fell asleep easily. No crying, no fussing. Emily sat on the couch, scrolling her phone, the monitor resting beside her. Soft white noise filled the speaker. Then at 2:17 a.m., the white noise stopped. Not faded, stopped, and in its place, a whisperly. She froze, her name, clear, breath close to the microphone. She looked at the screen. Noah was asleep, motionless. The whisper came again. "Emily, look behind you." She didn't. Instead, she slowly turned the volume down. Silence. Her heart hammered. "This is interference," she told herself. Neighbors, cross signals. She turned the volume back up. For a full minute, nothing. Then, a soft laugh. Not childish, not adult, just wrong. The camera in Noah's room shifted slightly. Emily leaned forward. She hadn't touched it. The angle was pointing at her. She stepped into the room. The air felt colder. Noah was still asleep, but the mobile above him was spinning faster now. She approached the crib, and the whisper came again, right behind her. "Thank you for coming upstairs." She spun around. No one. The closet door slowly creaked open. Inside, nothing. Just darkness. She grabbed the closet handle and pulled it wide. Empty. But when she turned back, the baby monitor screen showed something new. A tall shadow standing directly behind her. Emily didn't scream. She didn't run. She slowly raised the monitor, turned around. There was nothing there. The shadow on screen stayed, standing, watching. Then the image glitched. The camera angle reset, back to the crib. No shadow. The mobile stopped spinning. White noise returned. Noah began crying. Loud, awake, normal. When the parents came home at 4 a.m., she didn't mention the whispers. She didn't mention the shadow. But as she handed the monitor back to the mother paused. "Oh," she said softly. "You heard it too, didn't you?" Emily felt her stomach drop. The mother smiled faintly. "It only talks to the babysitters. It only talks to the babysitter." The job description never mentioned a basement. It wasn't on the house tour. It wasn't on the floor plan. But at 1:43 a.m. someone knocked on it from the inside. Mark needed quick cash, a babysitting gig through a local app. 2 kids, ages 6 and 4. Parents would be gone until 3 a.m. The house was older, wood floors, narrow hallways, soft creaks. The parents were friendly but distracted. One rule stood out: do not let the kids go downstairs. Mark assumed it was storage. He didn't ask. The kids were easy. They fell asleep by 9:30. The house quieted. Then at 1:43 a.m. he heard it. Knock, knock, knock from below. The knocking was slow, measured. 3 taps, pause, 3 taps again. Mark stood near the kitchen. The basement door was beside the fridge, old wood, paint slightly chipped. The handle rattled once, then stopped. Mark felt his pulse in his ears. He told himself it was pipes. Old houses make noise. Then the knocking changed. It became scratching, soft, dragging along the underside of the door, and then a child's voice, "Let me out." Mark's blood ran cold. Both kids were asleep upstairs. He checked the baby monitor, two small shapes under blankets. Still, the voice came again. "Please." Rising tension, Mark slowly approached the basement door. The knob was cold. He pressed his ear against it. Silence. Then breathing. Slow, controlled, not panicked, not scared, waiting. The house lights flickered once. His phone buzzed. A notification from the babysitting app. Reminder, review house rules. He opened the original job listing. There was a line he didn't remember. Some noises are part of the house. Ignore them. His hands shook. The scratching resumed. Then something hit the door hard from inside. A loud thud. The children upstairs began crying at the same time. Mark ran upstairs. The kids were sitting upright in bed, wide awake, staring at the doorway. "He's mad," the older one whispered. "Who?" Mark asked. The younger child pointed toward the floor. "He doesn't like new people." Mark felt a chill spread through him. The knocking from below grew louder. The entire staircase vibrated slightly. Then the house went silent, complete silence. The kids lay back down instantly, as if a switch had been flipped. They were asleep within seconds. Mark stood frozen. Then he heard footsteps, not upstairs, not downstairs, in the hallway behind him. Slow, heavy. He turned, empty hallway, but the basement door downstairs slowly creaked open. Mark walked down the stairs, each step louder than the last. The basement door stood open 3 inches, darkness beyond, cold air rising from below. He should have closed it. He should have called the parents. Instead, he pulled it open fully. The basement light flicked on by itself. It wasn't storage, it was a bedroom. Small bed, small dresser, children's drawings on the walls, all of them in black crayon. Every drawing showed the same thing, a tall figure standing at the top of the basement stairs, watching. The light flickered. The bed shifted slightly, as if someone had just stood up from it. Mark heard breathing behind him. He turned. The basement door slammed shut. The light went out, complete darkness. Then, a whisper directly beside his ear, "You opened it." Mark woke up on the kitchen floor at 2:58 a.m. The basement door was closed, locked. The parents arrived home minutes later. He didn't mention the room, didn't mention the voice. As he left, he noticed something new. A third child's drawing taped to the fridge, fresh crayon, still smudged. It showed him, standing at the top of the basement stairs, with something tall behind him, and at the bottom of the page written in uneven letters, "Now he knows you." The little girl never blinked. Not during dinner, not during the movie, not even when the lights went out. And at 3 a.m. she was standing beside the babysitter's bed, smiling. Lena was told one thing before accepting the job: she has trouble sleeping. The girl's name was Ava, 7 years old, quiet, polite, too polite. The house was minimal, most sterile, no family photos, no clutter. Ava didn't eat much at dinner, just watched Lena, unblinking. When Lena asked if she was tired, Ava smiled. "I don't sleep." Lena laughed nervously. "Everyone sleeps." Ava tilted her head. "No." At 10 p.m., Lena tucked Ava into bed. The child lay flat on her back, eyes open, staring at the ceiling. Lena turned off the light, closed the door. By 11 p.m., Lena felt uneasy. The baby monitor showed Ava in the same position, unmoving. At midnight, Lena checked again, still awake. At 1 a.m., still. At 2 a.m., Ava slowly turned her head, directly toward the camera, as if she knew she was being watched. Then she smiled. Lena's bedroom was across the hall. She tried to sleep. At 2:47 a.m., she felt it, the sensation of being watched. She opened her eyes. Ava stood beside the bed, silent, smiling. "How long have you been there?" Lena whispered. "Since you fell asleep." Lena's heart pounded. "You need to go back to bed." Ava didn't move. "You shouldn't sleep here," Ava said softly. "Why not?" Ava leaned closer. "Something comes when people sleep." The hallway light flickered. Lena sat up. "Did you hear that?" Ava nodded slowly. "It's here." The bedroom door creaked open further. The air felt heavier. A shadow stretched unnaturally along the wall. Lena grabbed Ava's hand. It was ice cold. The shadow moved closer to the bed. But Ava wasn't scared. She stepped forward. The shadow stopped, as if retreating. Ava turned to Lena. "I stay awake so it doesn't come inside." The hallway light went out completely. Silence filled the house. The shadow faded. Minutes passed. Nothing. Lena realized something chilling. The shadow hadn't been coming for Ava. It had been coming for her. At sunrise, Ava finally blinked, just once. The parents returned home. Lena hesitated before leaving. "She doesn't sleep," Lena said carefully. The parents exchanged a look. "We know." The mother smiled faintly. "That's why we only hire night babysitters." Lena felt a cold realization settle in. As she walked to her car, she glanced at the upstairs window. Ava stood there, watching, unblinking. And just before Lena drove away, the girl slowly closed one eye, as if finally, ready to sleep. "If you'd like, I can now."